Well, thank everybody for coming. All my friends and fellow Texians, welcome to Lukenbach. You know, it was only, you've heard this, 183 years ago. It seems like a long time, but that's only like two people's long lives. That's all that it is. It's not that long when you catch it like that. You know, it was, at that time, there was a great vision that was about to be born here, and it's going to unfold for this place right here, on this land we're on. A vision that many fought for and many more of us died for. And witnessing at that time the birth of a fiercely independent and free Republic of Texas. Republic, think of that, Republic. I like the sound of that word. It means we can live free, talk free, go or come, buy or sell, be drunk or sober, however we choose. Some words give you a feeling. Republic's one of those words that makes me tight in the throat. Same tightness a man gets when his baby takes his first step, or his first baby shaves and makes his first sounds as a man. Yeah, some words give you a feeling that'll warm your heart, and Republic is one of those words. I think John Wayne said that in 1956, Alamo. Yeah, just to recap, and I know if you're a real Texan, you know these things, you know kind of the dates, but amazing things happened in a month and a half here at the beginning of 1836 as Crockett arrived into Texas. He wrote a beautiful letter to his children just 2 months before he found himself in the Alamo. And I'll read you that letter. But also knowing that, you know, the siege began there on February 24th and went to March 6th. So we're on the 9th day. Going back 183 years ago, this is the 9th day of the siege. They've been bombarded daily. The Guelos and coming and bombarding, and they only had a few days left before the 6th, where that one ended. And just a couple weeks after that, Fannin and his men were captured and surrendered in Goliad, and the devils marched them out and assassinated over 450 men. And it was those two things that happened between the Alamo and Goliad pretty well took a lot of the Texian army and everything from the Texas Revolution, took a lot of steam out of it. And those that were left now had a lot of infants, women, and children, orphans, because a lot of those men lived out there and they died. And now it was up to Houston to get them to safety, and it was called the Runaway Scrapers. They moved to the east to get these people to safety. And they gathered more and more men as they went. And finally, Houston saw the time to take a stand after he got all the way east over here to San Jacinto, just east of the Houston area, was the present-day Houston area, and took a stand back, and there was an opportunity. And that was one of the most pivotal battles ever in any recorded history, because we were still outnumbered. There were about 1,200 Mexicans and 900 Texians, but they were so itching for this fight. That battle lasted approximately 18 minutes, and over 600 of the other side were killed. We lost 11 men. That's how fierce that battle was, and Houston lost control of that battle in the first few seconds. After the first cannon fire, it was just all out. They didn't stop until it was done. Remember the Alamo, remember Goliad, and that's what was the driving force that did it, and that ultimately surrendered Texas. What we have now is a result of that battle. So it's amazing thing, amazing. So, you know, there we were in the Republic, and just a few 9 years later, we joined the Union. I think we reserved the right to secede. One thing I really do want to read you is Crockett's letter. It's so amazing. Not everybody has heard this. It was found more recently in history. But he's describing, he's coming down from Tennessee and he's describing what he sees. and what he's feeling about this place. Like I said, it was just a couple months before he ended up in the Alamo here. But he writes this letter on January 9th, 1836. He says, "This is the first time I've had the opportunity," my dear son and daughter, "this is the first time I've had the opportunity to write you with convenience. I'm now blessed with excellent health and am in high spirits. Although I've had many difficulties to encounter, I've got through safe and have been received by everybody with the open arm of friendship. I'm hailed with a hearty welcome to this country. A dinner party and a party of ladies have honored me with an invitation to participate with them, both in Nacogdoches and in this place. The cannon was fired here on my arrival, and I must say, as to what I've seen of Texas, it is the garden spot of the world. The best land, the best prospect for health I ever saw is here. And I do believe it's a fortune to any man to come here. There's a world of country to settle, and it's not required here to pay down for your league of land. Every man's entitled to his head right of 4,428 acres. They may make the money to pay for it off the land. I expect in all probability to settle on the Bodark or the Choctaw Bayou of Red River. That, I have no doubt, is the richest country in the world. Good land, plenty of timber, and the best springs and good mill streams. Good range, clear water, even appearance of good health and game plenty. It's in the place where the buffalo pass from north to south and back twice a year, and bees and honey plenty. I have great hope of getting the agency to settle that country, and I'll be glad to see every friend that I have settle there. It'd be a fortune to them all. I've taken the oath of the government and have enrolled my name as a volunteer for 6 months and will set out for the Rio Grande in a few days with the volunteers from the United States. All volunteers is entitled to a vote for a member of the convention or to be voted for. And I have little doubt of being elected a member to form the Constitution for this province. I rejoice at my fate. I'd rather be in my present situation than to be elected to a seat of Congress for life. I'm in hopes of making a fortune for myself and family, bad as has been my prospects. And I've not wrote to William, but have requested John and directed him what to do. I hope you show him this letter, and also your brother John, as it is not convenient at this time for me to write them. I hope you'll do the best you can, and I'll do the same, but do not be uneasy about me, for I am with my friends. I must close with great respects, your affectionate father. Farewell, David Crockett. Yeah. All right. Now, that's amazing that feeling coming into Texas and having that here. Well, thanks so much, Doug, for giving me the time to express this to these folks. I mean, it's such an honor to talk about Texas. I love it. I love its history. I love its people. I love Doug Moreland and Randy Jetty. Y'all keep it going. Appreciate it.
I found a podcast called Wise About Texas. If you want to catch up on all sorts of Texas history, he's got about 65 episodes, a guy named Ken Wise, and I've listened to all of them, some of them many times. And it talks about a lot of the stuff you were just talking about. But thank you, Mike Waite.
All right. Thank y'all.